Yes, sir. Geeks all over the globe. It is your boys, man. Because we geeks, where we encourage you to stay geeked, man. Listen, we had to do this show today, man. Couldn't do it
Yeah.
yesterday because for a lot of y'all who already know, I covered the Dallas Mavericks, so we had to do a show yesterday to cover that. It was a big game. Of course, Luca playing his first game against the Mavs yesterday, so we had to cover that game. But we definitely got to talk about what's going on today, man.
Yeah.
Some major news. Shout out to Cuz, man. I had no idea. He hit me with this like a left hook and a right hook and knocked me out. No fight night. Um, as y'all can see with my shirt, it's got definitely has something to do with this brand right here. This
Yeah.
is some news we've been waiting on for a long time, y'all. And also too, man, one of our favorite comic books companies of all time. There's a lot of interesting news, man, that's got the whole entire geek world shook right now, man. So we're gonna talk about that too. But before we do that, man, we need y'all to do us a huge favor. Hit that subscribe button, man. Join us here for all things in the geek culture involving movies and television. Also, too, everybody hit those likes for us, man. Help us get the likes up, man, so we can build the algorithm to find more geeks like yourselves to join us here, man.
You
All
bet
right,
it.
cuz, you ready to get to it, man?
Let's get it.
Listen, man. I should have brought my victory drink up here, but I got this right here. It's close enough right here, man. This is this news that we about to talk about is something you've heard me kind of I've vented about on this show plenty of times. You know, I've talked to you off camera about this plenty of
Mhm.
times. Um, this is a brand that me and you grew up with. We both loved. We both had the box sets and everything. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? All the movies combined. We
Yeah.
definitely watch all the shows and stuff like that related to this brand religiously. But listen, man, some things we have to admit, some things were not looking too great, man. And we'll go ahead and start it off with this, man. Here we go, cuz Lucasfilm Star Wars boss Kathleen Kennedy planning to exit Lucasfilm at the end of 2025, cuz. So check this out, man. Kathleen Kennedy, the longtime president of Lucasfilm, is expected to step down at the end of 2025. She intends to retire after her current contract ends. According to a source with knowledge of her plans, The Force Awakens remains the highest grossing film in domestic box office history with 936 million and 2 billion globally. But the tirade of Skywalker centric blockbusters experienced diminishing returns in 2018's Solo Star Wars story became the first Star Wars movie to ever lose money in its theatrical run. That's crazy. Kennedy also oversaw 2023's Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, the fifth and final film of Harrison Ford led series. The action adventure, which relaunched the property after 15 years, was a catastrophic failure. Cause like I said, man, you already know how I feel. I've been on this train of you know Kathleen Kennedy maybe stepping down or them kind of letting her go, relieving her of her duties as president of Lucasfilms, and we're finally kind of getting the news here that she's going to step down at the end of the year. You saw what that little clip said there about her tenure here as president of Lucasfilms. Um, you've heard me talk about the fact that her her being a great executive producer of movies
Yeah.
is not always indicative of her being a great studio head. That's two different type of lanes right there, right?
Yeah.
Um, Executives is more like you're overseeing a singular project. As a studio head, you're pretty much watching and shepherding all of the projects that have to do with the studio. So that's a different lane that she had to be in, right? So a lot of times it feels like she was a little over her head there, but uh, the news has finally came down, man. Like I said, this was news that blew up the internet. A lot of people were celebrating and stuff. John Kemp pulled out a bottle of wine, man. He was celebrating on the screen, bro. It was crazy. But before I kind of get my take on it, man, what was your take when you first heard this, man?
I was happy. It was funny. My wife had asked, "It's like, is this a good thing?" I was like, "Yes, this is a very good thing." I told her, "It's like, it is the It was just the failures that have been stacking up from constantly talking about expected Star Wars releases that end up not happening, or the box office recent box office fizzles. Like it was just constantly stacking, and it didn't seem like she or the studio were learning from past failures. They were just
Mm,
constantly doing the same thing. So once it gets to the point of you uh, not putting forth an effort to change anything, to correct your mistakes and to move forward, then yeah, it's time to step down. Because like the thing with when it comes to Marvel, like Marvel has a winning streak, a recent winning streak, and they can get back to that equation. Like they have something to get back to, and that's why, like for Marvel, they're a lot safer as far as the studio
mm-hmm.
heads, because they had the track record. So it's like, okay,
Right.
I'll give you back the reins, give you more power, so that you can be able to put things back together.
Right.
But for her, it's like you you've had several years to like, okay, let's clean this up. Let's just do release one movie now. Let's see how it goes, and then just create stories and movies from that. But it just wasn't stacking. The I say just recently, the only real win. So Endor was great, and the kids show. Um,
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew. Like recently, as far as shows, like those are the two real winners. Outside of that, it's been a couple years since Mandalorian had a win.
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett was Fizzle. Um, I know
I
what
feel like you're trying to
else.
make me mad, bro.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like that's what the because it had like these stories had, you could see the pieces of where they could be great, but they
Right.
just will veer off of it. Like, okay, let's lean into this a little bit more. And then it's like, nah, the more people will love this. And it's like, no, I understand like you're trying to reach the masses, but you don't need to do that with Star Wars. Like keep it with the essence. As long as you keep it like just keep Star Wars tight, you'll be able and follow your the book, follow the history, follow what you've already have established. Don't try to change the history of Star Wars. Like it makes no
Right.
sense to do that. And that's why people have gotten tired of the Skywalker centric side of things. It feels like it's been driven to the ground, and that you don't see any type of relief. That's why, like the skeleton, to me, that's what helped with Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew to me became such a great show. Was that it wasn't Skywalker centric. You only had the one force as far as the um,
Force Wilder.
Force Widow within the show. That's what made it really enticing. Like, yes, they talked about Jedi, which of course would bring as for us like Star Wars, or I mean Skywalker, but they didn't talk about Skywalker. It was just one Force wielder and have this community that you're dealing with. It's like it's perfect. Like that's all you really need, and they just stayed away from it, and it just sucked. Like we were rooting for her. It's
Yeah.
like we like you said, great movie producer.
I like Star Wars. I want Star Wars to succeed. If she's over Star
Exactly,
Wars, then that means it's rooting for her too. Yeah.
exactly. Want her to succeed, but like I said, it just it wouldn't seem like she was willing to bend enough or uh learn enough to be able to allow for the shows to grow or the movies to grow to get better. And it was time. It's cool that they allowed her to work out the rest of her contract before just essentially firing her or whatever. But to be honest, it is overdue. Star Wars is by far one of the largest, greatest just
IPs.
productions or IPs in the world. So to continuously have these fizzles, it was on dangerous ground. So it's time for fresh blood. So looking forward to who they decide to go with. What you got?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting who they pick.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, I don't even know where to begin with this story. Um, it's like you were saying. The one thing that always made me mad about Kathleen Kennedy, you heard me say this a few shows back. I said this. The part that makes me mad is you're on the same lot with Marvel.
Yeah.
You have a good rapport with Kevin Feige.
Yes.
How did you not pick up anything from Kevin Feige, right?
Yeah.
The part because I remember when you talked about this. I don't think we had a show. We might have had a show about this, but I can't remember. But this is a while back. But I know you talked about this. Remember when they talked about the fact that Star Wars was going to completely just start all the way over as soon as they got bought out by Disney, right? Lucas,
Yeah.
Lucas signed his rights over to Disney,
Yeah.
and I remember they were talking about, man, from now on, everything from this point on is going to be all connected. Like everything is going to be within a shared universe, right?
Yeah.
And I remember saying when that happened, I was like, "Cuz I don't think this is going to be a good idea." Because you're gonna make too much stuff, man. It's gonna be too convoluted to the point you're not gonna remember what you
Yeah.
what was said here and what was said there later on as you continue to make these projects or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And we kind of saw that, man. The thing is, you were making everything connected, but you did not lay the plan out
That
of how
part.
it's connected, right?
Yeah.
And it's like I talked about this before, man. I don't know how you got a project like this, right? And you did not lay a foundation of how you wanted things to move forward. We didn't even talk. I'm not talking about all the movies within Lucasfilm since Disney bought them. We're not talking about all the
Yeah.
shows. Let's just take, like you just said, let's take the last three Skywalker centric movies.
Yeah.
Those three movies right there tell you everything about how Lucasfilm was being ran, bro. If you didn't see any other movie, you didn't have any idea what was going on. Just take those three movies, and that right there tells you exactly how this studio was running things. Just those three movies alone. I'm not talking about nothing else. Just those three movies alone. We saw Force Awakens. Okay, everybody loved it because it was a fresh take on Star Wars. We hadn't seen Star Wars in a while. New direction. Blah blah blah. Okay, cool. Then it started to now listen. I liked what was the name of that one? Was it Last Jedi? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Last Jedi. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson movie, Last Jedi. Now, I like Last Jedi, but I gotta be honest, that was probably the most divisive Star Wars movie of all time, bro. Literally the most divisive movie, bro. I've seen that sucker split right down the middle. People either hated the movie or people loved the movie. I don't think I've seen anybody who was like right down the middle, like, it was okay. I liked it. It was pretty good. I don't think I know anybody like that. It's either people loved it or people hated it. And then, don't get me started on Rise of Skywalker, bro. Me and you talked about that movie. I wanted to like that movie, bro. And it felt like they retconned everything that people were complaining about in Rise of Skywalker. I'm sorry, in Last Jedi, which showed me that you guys didn't plan this out. You knew you were going to do a trilogy, but you did not plan out the trilogy. It's just we don't just throw someone on the wall hoping it sticks, right? It's like, bro, y'all didn't plan anything out in this trilogy. And like I said, that right there embodies the whole entire makeup of how Lucasfilm has been since Star Wars was bought by Disney, bro. And it's something that's crazy to me because I would have never thought in my life I would be sitting here saying I was disinterested in anything that comes out Star Wars. We've been talking about this on the show. We steady hearing new stuff coming out. I'm like, okay, well, I mean, if I'll watch it, but it's not like, oh my god, cuz you hear about this?
It's not
because I'm not because you know what I'm saying. Like I don't feel that same love and energy for no more, bro, because we're constantly being let down. If I could count on one hand how many good things there were out of the gajillion of things that you came up with, that's not a good thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you shooting 5 out of 20 is not a good percentage. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I said, like, it's to the point I didn't get excited for it anymore. Then for you to constantly, like you just said a minute ago, for you to constantly be throwing out all these projects and we don't see none of those projects see the light of day. It's like, then why are you hyping people up and then we're not seeing anything? It was to the point that now, I'm not a real big fan of Bob Chapek, but there was one thing I actually agreed with him on. We talked about it on the show. The fact that, bro, stop announcing projects if you're not going to have anything in production. Just stop announcing them.
Yeah.
Because I remember what movie was that, bro? You was so hyped, like, bro, they coming out with a desert. I forgot what movie it was. I'm like, cuz, what? I believe when I see
wait on it.
If I don't see a trailer, I'm not trying to hear it, bro. Be like, oh, I got directed. If I do not see a trailer, I'm not trying to hear it, bro. I'm not trying to hear it. Because guess what? It was a bunch of Star Wars movies who had directors. Should I go down the list to you? Do you? I'm gonna ask you again. Okay, what happened to the Patty Jenkins movie?
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
What happened to the Taika Waititi movie?
Man, they had these. Oh my God.
How much you want to bet they gonna come? How much you want to bet it? What do you want to bet that they actually come out with the James Mangold Star Wars movie? Trevorrow, where's this movie at?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like you steady throwing out these movies, and we have not got anything. Also, too, the one thing that they always irked me about Kathleen Kennedy, bro. We talked about this. Now we can sit here. Me and you joked about the whole Blade thing. We joked about it. That's one project that Marvel had issues with, right? That's not getting off the ground. We're constantly hearing news about. That's one project. Just imagine having like 9 of those over in Star Wars, bro. Yeah. Like we talked about the fact that you hiring these directors. Once again, that goes back to you're not planning your stuff out. You're not coming out with a solid, concrete plan. Why you think, like you said earlier, why you think Marvel was moving like a well-oiled machine? He'll get Kevin Feige brings in those writers and directors. He lays out a foundation of what they want. Hey, I will let you do what you want with this movie, but you got to at least have this, that, and this in the movie. Now go.
Yeah.
I'll let you direct what you want in the movie, but don't put this, that, and this, and that, and this in the movie. Now go. Kathleen Kennedy was kind of like, you know what? Go ahead and direct the movie, and we'll go from there. Then it'd be something in the movie. But no, I don't want that. Well, Dan, you said I can do the movie how I want it. Why didn't you communicate this with me before I started the movie? Lord and Miller.
Yeah, not chopping it up.
Garrett Edwards, who the list goes on, right? Like you're not communicating with these people and planning out this stuff before you start filming, bro. Like I don't understand it. Like why is that constantly happening under your watch? Like you said, if you had it like messed up one time, maybe 2, maybe 2. You know what I'm saying? Then, okay.
No, I wouldn't. No, but it's about the winning streak though. It's not even just like 1 or 2. Like Marvel has had several losses, but they have like long winning streak. So
no. My thing is when I say 1 or 2, I'm talking about the fact it's like it's kind of like okay. You put your I always use this example. You put your hand on a burning eye on the stove, right?
Yeah.
If I touch that stove, I know not to touch it again, right?
Yeah.
If I know I'm gonna burn myself on the eye, why would I keep touching it?
Yeah, that's
if you're constantly you've been through this multiple times where you and the director were not on the same page.
Yeah.
Why is that becoming a recurring thing? Have you not learned your lesson after the first one? I'm giving you the second one, maybe the second one, right? Like I said, you've been around for a while now. If you had 2 hiccups within that whole entire frame, if you've been there with Lucas Studio, okay, I'll give you that, bro. You're like you're getting it right the other time. Two hiccups, that's not, a broken clock is right twice a day, right?
Yeah, it's not a
you know what I'm saying? So I'm not, I'm not gonna kill you for it, but it's constantly happening. On top of you planning these projects and it's not happening. Like it's too many things that's happening under your watch that's not for the positive. Then on top of that, because I told you this a while back when you had this debate on her, and I told you it's a reason why it's called Lucasfilms. There's a reason why Star Wars got its popularity. It's from films. You had a ton of different directors who said they grew up watching Star Wars. Watching Star Wars on the big screen is what influenced them to become directors. This is why you saw the Garrett Edwards and the Jon Favreaus of the world wanting to be attached to Star Wars because they remember seeing Star Wars on the big screen, Lucasfilms. So not only are you not giving us the movies, you're giving us underwhelming television. You heard me tell you this before. Why in God's name? Now I'm not saying it's a bad show. I love Game of Thrones. But there's no way on God's green earth Game of Thrones should be getting more buzz and eyeballs than Star Wars, bro.
That's facts.
Star Wars literally changed cinema for the pop culture and beyond, bro. Like I don't understand why that's so hard. Your shows are becoming little throwaway shows. You be sitting there test me, bro. You see such a I forgot about the episode, bro. I'll watch it later. Not like me and you be sitting there like we look at our phone. It's 9 o'clock yet. Game of Thrones. We're not doing that for Star Wars.
We was always on that Game of Thrones. Fact.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was to the point. Remember me and you were talking about. Now it wasn't a bad show. I liked the show. Skeleton Crew. Remember Skeleton Crew? Me and you were behind like 2 episodes. We're like, oh yeah,
yeah,
Skeleton Crew. Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
It's no way it should be getting like that. You're
Nah,
Star Wars.
yeah,
But like I said, the way Kathleen Kennedy handled things, bro, is it's tarnished the name to a certain degree, right? Like it still
yeah,
holds gravitas to Star Wars, but to the point, it's not as same as it used to be.
yeah,
It's like you're slowly but surely the way you're handling the franchise is becoming an afterthought.
yeah.
Then you branch out because not just Star Wars that Lucasfilm owns. Then you look at Indiana Jones, bruh. Me and you was in here. You understand what I'm saying? Me and you was in here. My wife ain't the biggest Indiana. She didn't really watch all the Indiana Jones movies like that. I even talked her into going me to the movies to go see his last Indiana Jones. I'm looking at the trailers. You got James
hmm
Mangold. I'm like, yo, you can't tell me nothing out here, bro. This movie
Yeah,
gonna be
they probably
fire.
got
Leave
it
me alone,
together.
cuz.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but it wasn't the greatest movie.
underwhelming. It was
Very
underwhelming.
underwhelming, bro. And so I just I hope that they get. So this is my thing. I think DC is doing is gonna probably be the blueprint moving forward of how studios should handle their front offices, right?
Yeah,
Um it is I feel like there's a balance with James Gunn and Peter Safran. Peter Safran is great when it comes to marketing and all that stuff, the marketing side of the DC. We
yeah,
all know James Gunn is the creator, bro. That's what he's good at, right?
yeah, yeah,
James Gunn even went on record and said when they was offered the first time they offered him the head CEO position, he said, "Nah, that's not me, bro. I can't do that." But then he talked them into letting Peter Safran join him to co-run that.
yeah.
Now you're taking the strength of James Gunn, and you're taking the
hmm
strength of Peter Safran, and they're merging it, and we're seeing what's going on with that, right? We're gonna probably talk about that
Yeah,
later, but the
yeah.
fact that that's how they should run things. Because listen, I know she has a good relationship with Steven Spielberg, and yes, Kathleen Kennedy is literally one of the greatest executive producers of all time. That's not even a question, bro. Not even a
Yeah.
question. If I was to name off her resume, y'all be like, "Geez, I didn't know she's part of that." She is part of some of the greatest cinema in history, bro. Right? So my thing is, I don't think she had the eye for Star Wars, if that makes sense. Like she doesn't have I want to say passion. Like we always talk about the fact that James Gunn is a massive geek.
Yeah.
Look at how he's digging deep into the trenches to get these characters. Like, oh dang, I remember that character. I didn't even think you would ever put him on the big screen or whatever, right?
hmm
I don't think she has that. I think she looks at things more on the business side, which I don't know
Uh,
how that is because you're still messing up. But I think she looks
yeah,
at things more on the business side instead of the creative side, right?
I
But
got
then
you.
on top of that, you're lacking the creativity to put these things together, but you're not putting the people in place that can strengthen that part of your job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like you hiring a coach that's he's not an X's and O's coach, so he got a great offensive coordinator that can help him with that,
hmm
right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like she's not doing that. She didn't hire nobody that can help her with the X's
A,
and
a
O's.
great, team around her. She didn't put a great team around
Yeah,
her.
she did not put a great team around her, bro. And so that's the most unfortunate part, bro. I'm hoping the next person they have, it don't got to be a big name person, bro. Just get somebody in here, bro, who has a track record, who has a vision, someone who's been around, like who's known for building up, projects,
Yeah,
studios or whatever, right? Who
yeah.
has to kind of have that rapport within, Hollywood or whatever, bro. Because, like I said, she was a great executive producer, but she's not a great studio head. That's the difference, bro. Right? You could be a great
You know,
offensive coordinator, bro, but you're not a great head coach. So,
what they need to go do?
what's
They
that?
need to go money whip whoever's over Bloomhouse or A24.
I mean, I just like I said,
You might have to
I
cash
just
whip somebody and get them over there.
this is my thing too. Because we already know Bob Iger's not gonna be around for long, right? Like he's
Yeah,
trying to prepare himself to finally exit and step away and all that stuff. He's trying to retire or
forever.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's still so Disney's still trying to find his next up of after him. But I think they need to start looking for somebody who is capable of running Star Wars, or should I say Star Wars, Lucasfilms, kind
hmm
of on the same vein as a Kevin Feige, somebody like that, right? So has somebody who has a
yeah,
creative eye, who either get somebody who has a balance like Kevin Feige, or get two people who can share that responsibility like over in DC, bro. Because Kathleen Kennedy, I feel like she did not have that eye, bro, for the creative side of Star Wars or anything in Lucasfilms, bro. So but that's my little rant, bro. Like I said, I don't want nobody to sit here and think we saying fire because you got a lot of idiots online, bro. Or she's a woman and she doesn't know what she's doing. Get her out of there. That's not that had nothing to do with it. I would use the example. Me and you was sitting there was praising the Lord, man, when they fired old boy over there at Sony.
Oh,
trash.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
He ain't got nothing to do with his
Exactly.
chicks, nothing like that, bro.
Everybody can get these pink slips.
Bro. Exactly. I don't care if you're a woman, man, child, dog, you know what I'm saying? Black, white, green, purple. If you bad at it, bro, you got to get out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? So she just another one of those people that was not great at her job, so she has to step down, bro. So that's all I pretty much got, man. You got things you want to add, bro?
Nope, that works for me. Let's keep it rolling.
Cuz listen, we got a lot to tackle on this next subject, bro.
Yeah.
So we got to put this under the quick hits.
DC Studios is planning to do 2 live-action movies and 1.
Well, I guess I should have said this first. So DC had it's kind of like a investors call kind of thing, right? But they also had some different media people there on it too. This was DC's way of kind of like letting everybody know what the plans are moving forward. Give you some insight on some of the projects that are happening right now, some of the projects that they were talking about doing, and some of the projects in the future. Just kind of shaping and giving everybody's idea what's going on. Because a couple years ago they kind of already laid the foundation, but now certain things have changed or whatever, and certain things are on their way and they're moving. And it's another way of James Gunn and Peter Safran. Once again, you heard me say this before. I love these guys because they're so transparent, bro. They let you know straight up what's going on. If something's going on, we're gonna tell you blah blah blah. If something ain't going on, we're gonna tell you blah blah blah. If you heard this rumor, they're either gonna shoot the rumor down or let you know that rumor is true, whatever, bro. They're very transparent. That's what I like about these guys, man. And so we're gonna listen to a bunch of these clips, man. And he's gonna explain a lot of the news that he got from the investors call and all that stuff, man. Talking about some of the projects that DC is gonna move forward with or lack thereof or whatever, man. So we're gonna watch each of them, man. They kind of go over each of them, man. So you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, man. So this first one is DC's plans moving forward. It's kind of the overarching plans moving forward.
DC Studios is planning to do 2 live-action movies and 1 animated movie each year, and 2 live-action series and 1 animated series each year. That's the kind of expected output going forward.
So, kind of like the model that Marvel was talking about doing. What they say it was, cuz for Marvel?
3 and 2.
2 to 3 movies and then 2 shows. So so they're doing. What did he say again? He said
2 featured, and you can play it again.
Yeah, play it one more time because
DC Studios is planning to do 2 live-action movies and 1 animated movie each year, and 2 live-action series and 1 animated series each year. That's the kind of expected output going forward.
Okay, so 2 and 1, 2 and 1 for TVs and movies. 2 movies, 1 animated movie, 2 live-action TV shows, 1 animated TV show. Okay. So that kind of gives you, so that's 6 projects a year.
Yeah.
Let's hope they're good to the world. Yeah, it's not bad, bro. But we're gonna see here, because we already had Creature Commandos. Technically that was last year, but since at the end of the year, we're gonna kind of count it for this year. You're gonna have Superman.
Yeah.
What is missing? Is something else coming out this year? No, Supergirl coming out next year.
Featured movie.
Green Lantern's coming out next year. Supergirl comes out next year. So they probably haven't got to that.
Comes out this year.
Oh, it do come out this year.
Yeah, that's August.
Something like that. Yeah. So that's at the end. Okay, so I know Creature Commandos was dirt December, but I'm gonna count it for this year. Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, and Superman this year.
Yeah.
Lantern, Supergirl, and I feel like I'm missing something, bro. I think that DC, I think that Dynamic Duo animation comes out that year too. But it's just a start until they kind of get things revved up. So I guess that's the idea of what they're gonna do moving forward.
Yeah.
All right, man. So coming up next year, man, this is the Superman news, cuz.
In the corner, really getting ready to kick things off in a big way for DC Studios. They called it their Vanguard project. It's set to release in July. And James Gunn said, "We are really deep into post, and it's amazing that I'm even here because my mind is so focused on these minor cuts and changes, little things that we're doing to make the movie." And he also noted that the effects are coming along great. Very interestingly, James Gunn said that he's writing and directing, and then corrected himself and said writing his next project, and it sounded like he was implying it's a sequel to Superman, or at least a continuation of Superman's journey. And when somebody then later in this hour said, "So you're not writing a Superman sequel," he cut them off and said, no, I did not say I'm not writing a Superman sequel. So it sounds like maybe he already has plans to do a Superman 2 of sorts, but maybe they're just waiting to see how Superman does to really push that news out.
Yeah, I mean, that's understandable, bro.
Yeah.
That's understandable.
I think it's going to be good, but yeah, you don't want to put the cart before the horse. But yeah, I think it'd be safe to go ahead and write it. But yeah, you'll be able to have the adjustments if needed when it comes to part 2. So yeah,
I agree, bro. If I had to put your house on it, bro, I think we'll get a part 2. And also too, I think the movie's gonna be good, bro. Like I said, what's the saying on the show, cuz?
In Gunn we trust. And also, Kathleen was on a lot with James Gunn as well. So come on, Kathleen. You tell me, no, he couldn't get some creative eyes on these projects. Okay, I'm done.
You had to make me mad, cuz.
My bad.
Speaking of super, this is the news on Supergirl.
This one sounds exciting. It's described as a beautiful, gritty sci-fi film. James Gunn said, "We're midway through production now on Supergirl. It's been an extraordinary experience. The script was one of the first things we greenlit when we got here. Anna turned in a marvelous script, and that just kept getting better. She's a blessing. Craig Gillespie has been a dream for me. I, Tonya is one of my favorite movies, and he had been everything that I would hope for a director on a big project like this. Everything that I'd hope working with him as a studio head, which is weird to say."
I'm not gonna lie to you, cuz I can't wait till we see the trailer or something for this, bro.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about this.
Teaser, go ahead, drop a teaser with it, because it will be coming on the heels after a successful Superman run. Peacemaker will be rolling, and so it'll be right around the corner as far as a teaser. So it's just gonna be like bam, bam, bam.
Yeah, matter of fact, when this come out?
That is summer of 26.
So like July, June, or something like that.
Yeah, I think they're gonna try to lock up July from year to year. That's what I bet DC is gonna try to do. I think essentially we're gonna finally get the DC Marvel matchup that we've been wanting, as far as 2 weeks apart from each other, as far as big major movie releases. I think we're gonna start getting that moving forward, and I'm excited about it.
So kind of like this year with like Fantastic Four and I gonna say Thunderbolts, but that's in May. So Fantastic Four and Superman. So okay, pretty much like that.
That's what I think we're gonna start getting moving forward. It's gonna be 2 massive comic book movie releases in July moving forward.
Cuz this is some great news right here. This is something I think me and you've been talking about. We talked about this, and we kind of thought like maybe this man will get a movie, but this is James Gunn. They're talking about Lobo.
We'll see a first look at Momoa as Lobo. It might be a minute. Gunn said it's probably going to be a while, to be frank, because it's all in outer space. With Superman, we were forced because we knew we were going to shoot outside for weeks. So we did. But with Jason, I'm not sure. I don't want to be cocky because you never know. People get pictures of things on actual sets, but we're not going to shoot outside in the middle of London for 3 weeks where they're going to be getting pictures of Lobo, so we have to release a picture earlier. What that means is they're not worried about people sniping a photo of Lobo, so they would have to release a photo preemptively to control the image. It's probably going to be a while until somebody would be able to get a photo of Lobo, so they don't feel pressured to drop one out there early.
I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it.
No.
Like so that's understandable, because like, man, how many pictures did we get of Superman before we saw the trailer, bro? Because like you said, they're shooting everything outside. So Yeah, you know what I mean. So yeah, that was understandable or whatever. Listen, we're gonna see Lobo. I'm not tripping about it, bro. I know some people probably upset that show us Lobo like right now. That's passion, bro. You know, it's people, it's fans of DC and all that type of stuff. So I can understand they want to see Lobo like right now. Yeah, you know what I mean. So I can understand they want to see Lobo right now, whatever, and all that stuff, man. But I'm not gonna trip over it, bro. I'm not gonna trip. We're gonna eventually see Lobo. That's not the question.
I'm excited.
Like you said, it feels like they're trying to control the narrative and all that stuff, man, before it kind of gets out there, because they don't want to release a photo of him too early when they're not ready to release a photo or whatever. So that's understandable. So keeping things inside, man, to where it's going to be harder for people to get snap pictures of them or whatever. That's cool, man. That builds up the anticipation of when we're going to finally get to see them, in my opinion.
Yeah. Everything don't have to be leaked.
Nah. Like, listen, bro. You know me. I'm a one trailer guy, right? Like, movie I'm anticipating or whatever, bro. I'm gonna watch the movie. I don't have to see 85 trailers, bro. I can see that one trailer. Like, okay, you gave me a little tease, a little taste of what it's gonna be with it. I'm fine, bro. Like, I'm not tripping on that. So that's why I said, like, bro, like you said, I don't have to be spoiled on everything, bro. But I like to go in like I don't know what the heck going on, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool with me, bro. But yeah,
agreed.
Me and you talked about this character a bunch of times, man. Because a certain director supposed to be directing this movie, but we don't know. We don't know what's going on with that. So James Gunn is actually going to clear that up for us, man. That's his Batman news.
Talk about Batman. James Gunn says that Robert Pattinson's Batman is certainly not the plan to be the Batman of the DC universe. Peter Safran says it is imperative to introduce a Batman to the DC universe. So Batman 2 still hasn't submitted a script yet, but they did say that everything they've seen has been encouraging and they like it so far. The Brave and the Bold, meanwhile, is moving forward. It has a writer attached to it. And Andy Muschietti might not be directing. They're waiting to see what the story becomes to see if Andy is still going to be the director on that one. And there's a Batman movie scheduled for October of 2027, and Peter Safran was kind of having fun with it and teasing that he wouldn't tell us what Batman movie is coming in October of 2027, because Clayface, October 26th, and then a year later, we expected October 2027 to be the Batman 2, but he just said a Batman movie is coming out in October of 2027. Sounds like that could either be The Brave and the Bold or The Batman Part 2 in the Reeves world.
I told you, cuz. I told you. I said, bro. No, what I'm about to say was, I told you. You heard what he just said. This came out of James Gunn and Peter Safran's mouth. They're not sure. It's not 100% that Andy Muschietti is going to be the director of the Batman 2, Batman Brave and the Bold. I told you this a few shows ago. It's too many question marks surrounding this dude and some of the comments that he's making. It sounds like him and James Gunn are on the same page. When he made those comments about, I don't know if I'm be doing it, blah, blah, blah. And then James Gunn like, oh, no, the movie's still going to happen. I told you then, I said, cuz I would not be surprised if he is not directing this movie. I would not be surprised. And when we just got that right there from James Gunn and them themselves saying that it is not confirmed. It is not 100%. That he's going to be directing the Batman Brave and the Bold. And I told when he said that on that clip, I said to myself, I told cuz this. A couple shows ago, I said this.
Yeah.
Now listen, I like Andy Muschietti. I like, my wife, one of her favorite movies of all time is It, the first one. I mean, she liked the second one too, but the first one's a favorite, right? Andy Muschietti directed that. I like the Flash movie. Of course, it had its problems or whatever, but I liked the movie for what it was, minus the CGI. But I liked the movie. I think he did a good job with that movie. But listen, if you need to move him aside to get somebody else in there, bro, hey, come on. As long as we can get this movie off the ground, bro, I'm cool with that. So if you're saying there is a Batman movie in 2027, cuz which movie do you think it can be? Is it the Batman or Batman Brave and the Bold?
If it's October, I think it's going to be the Batman. If he would have said July, I would have said it was Batman Brave and the Bold.
You got a point.
Okay. Yeah. It's going to do numbers, but July numbers are different from October. Like, I don't care who you are. July is different from October when it comes to movies.
Yeah, so you're saying it's gonna stay around in the October range with the Matt Reeves Batman stuff. Yeah, I can see that, bro. That makes sense. I could definitely see Brave and the Bold being a summer blockbuster movie. Yeah. I agree with you. I can see that, bro.
Yeah.
All right, cuz you know about this show right here, man. We talked about it on the show, and that's going to be the Green Lantern news.
Sounds really exciting. They're describing that as grounded and gritty. It's going to be 8 episodes, and Peter Safran says it's entirely possible that this will be a continuing series beyond these first 8 episodes. And James Gunn added that we just started shooting with HBO and Warner Brothers, and that is another really marvelous team of Tom King, Damon Lindelof, and Chris Mundy, and they have been doing marvelous work. I've been watching the dailies with that. It is so cool because it is connected to Superman because we've got Guy Gardner in that, and then we've got these Green Lanterns over here, and it's just such a different tone from what Superman is, and that's exactly what I want to bring. The DCU is able to have these very different films and television series that are still a part of the overall connected world, but still have feels to them.
I'm ready for it. Like, it's going to be fun.
Listen, there's an overarching theme that we've heard here over the last couple, few clips here. Gritty, grounded and gritty. We're starting to hear that a lot. Well, cuz we got our answer now.
Yeah.
Guy Gardner is going to be in this show.
Yeah.
The tone from what they said here is going to be completely different from Superman. So Nathan Fillion is going to probably be a little bit more comical in Superman, but it's going to probably be a little bit more serious. According to how the tone is going to be for this show, it's going to be a little bit more serious in Lanterns. And I guess, you know what? Like I said, I wasn't saying he wasn't going to be in the movie. I was just saying that I'm not going to sit here and put your house on it because we don't know what the story is going to be yet. So the fact that he's going to be in this show, which kind of makes sense because the name of his Lanterns, he could be. Like I said, might see Kilowog in here. We did just get news that Sinestro's going to be in here, right? Mm-hmm. We don't know any other characters who's going to be in here yet, right? So the Guardians might be in here. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. So we'll just have to see, man. I just hope the show is good. I seen Damian Lindelof on there. I saw that his name. I said, hold on, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
you piqued my interest now. So this might be this one thing I do like about how DC is running things. They're putting together great teams to run these projects, bro. So I definitely got to give them props on that, bro. You got one of that?
No, this like they building a well-oiled machine at this point. Putting their teams together, and getting established. And they guess what they're saying is they sticking to what they've been saying, not hyping up anything until they have a script, and they have scripts, so it's exciting.
Yeah, man. All right, cuz you heard him talk about this character. We was talking about the Batman, and that's Clayface.
Speaking of feels, Clayface is one of the projects that wasn't on the original announcement slate and has since been essentially fast-tracked by the sound of it. But that's because they loved the script, and this one's going to have a feel. Definitely R-rated. Definitely body horror, and they're describing it as straight up terrifying. Peter Safran said this summer cameras are going to roll on Clayface, which is an incredible body horror film that reveals a compelling origin of a classic Batman villain. This is another title that we added to the slate on the strength of an exceptional screenplay by Mike Flanagan. I think some of you are probably aware that we are in negotiations with James Watkins now to direct, and we'll start casting this as soon as we have a director deal done, and we'll shoot this summer. It's slated for fall 2026 release. Clayface might not be widely known as the Penguin or the Joker, but we really feel that this story is equally resonant, compelling, and in many ways more terrifying. James Gunn then added, one of the things Peter and I talked about when we first got the script is if we were producing movies 5 years ago when we were doing Belko Experiment and all of that stuff, and somebody had brought us this horror script called Clayface about this guy, we would have died to have gotten to produce this movie because it was just a really excellent body horror script, and the fact that it's in the DCU is just a
Bruh, listen to me, man. The one thing I like about what they're doing, bro, they're being very meticulous about what the project that they're picking, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're really combing through it and really, like I said, the script and everything. They're looking at the script, they're reading the script, they're combing through things to kind of get an understanding of what is being sold to them. And then they'll come to it as a collective, and then they'll greenlight it. So okay, we'll go forward with this movie. And the way they're explaining these projects, bro. Like I said, that what gives me like the confidence that this is going to be a good project. I'm not saying all I'm going to be like this or nothing, but I'm just saying as far as
it's going to be
the direction. Yes. Man, listen, I was not sold. I think me talked about this on the show. I wasn't sold on the whole like Clay. Like I'm not saying I'm gonna go watch the movie, bro. Of course,
Yeah.
I'm just saying like in general, like on the surface, I was like, okay, a Clayface movie, whatever. But after hearing this, bro, and hearing them explaining like the idea that they're looking for this movie, bro, listen, I'm sold now. I'm ready for this. And if you telling me they're gonna be ready to shoot this summer,
Which is
they're gonna be ready to,
crazy.
bro, which is crazy. And like you just said a minute ago, it's about them. Hey, we got what they just say on that clip. We got the script. We getting ready to sign a director, and as soon as they sign a director, they're gonna start announcing casting news or whatever. And bro, like that's what I'm saying, bro. Like I'm not gonna break her up again, but this is why I like that's why I like the direction of DC, bro. It's like they're planning and mapping things out, and they're being very meticulous about how and what they're deciding to do or whatever, right? So man, shout out to them on that one, bro. Like I said, I was going to see the movie, but I wasn't like, oh my god, Clayface. Now I'm like, you know what? This is very interesting. Oh, another thing too. We didn't see that part on the clip. So remember me, you were wondering if this is going to be part of the DCU.
Yeah.
So this is they confirmed it. It's going to be part of DCU.
Yeah.
He is part of this. This story going to be part of the DCU. You already talked about this character because so this show comes out in later on this year. And that's Peacemaker.
Peacemaker Season 2 slated for an August premiere. That's shaping up nicely, it sounds like. Gunn said, Peacemaker is all done. I am deep in editing with that. At the same time, I am doing Superman. It's been really fun. John Cena, I think he surprised people a lot in the first season with what he was able to do performance-wise, and the guy grew exponentially in Season 2, as has the whole cast. He also said, it's much more about the characters and their interpersonal lives. It's much more about Chris Smith than it is about Peacemaker. Also, Frank Grillo's Rick Flag, who was very much a protagonist in Creature Commando Season 1, is described as an antagonist of Peacemaker Season 2.
Okay.
Yep. I was wondering what Frank Grillo's what his position was going to be in this show. So he's actually going to be against, which is understandable because if you saw Creature Commandos, he felt like some kind of way that his son died by the hands of Peacemaker, man. So he's gonna probably avenge his son here in Season 2. But what were you about to say, though?
And it's one thing we was worried about when it came to Peacemaker was the time frame. The time frame different, or going from Season 1 to Season 2, just for them finally to give us a time period that it is releasing later this year. We knew it was going to be after Superman. But for it to be a few months after, it's like finally. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Season 2 because Season 1 was great, and it's gonna be fire.
Yeah, and we're gonna it's gonna play off of what happened with Creature Commandos, the same way Creature Commandos played off of what happened with Suicide Squad, right? Yep. You're just playing right off of right. Like it's not a interwoven story, but the effects of what happened in each of those stories or movies affects the next thing that's coming. Like, also too, I believe what happens. I think Gunn explained before that what happens in the end of Superman is going to affect what happens in Peacemaker. So it's all going to be its own like separate story and all that stuff. But there's going to be a fabric of it's going to be kind of intertwined a little bit in some type of connective way with each of the movies or each of the shows. So shout out to him on that one, bro. Cause we've been talking about this movie. We talked about this show was a really good show. We don't know why we can't find it on anything, but that's Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing seems to be a project that's on a bit of a pause right now, and that's because of the filmmaker's schedule. Peter Safran said our writer-director went off to make another little movie, a complete unknown, and we hope that he'll come back to Swamp Thing when he's ready. That was one of those things that we love him as a filmmaker, so we're happy to wait for him. Swamp Thing is not integral to the larger story that we're telling. This, of course, is in reference to James Mangold, who went off and did a complete unknown, and is supposed to make a Star Wars movie, and right now, it's cool that they're waiting for him to come back and do Swamp Thing because what they wanted was his vision, and they're going to let him do it clearly in this DC universe while it won't impact the larger story, which does connect, and we'll get to that in a second.
You know, dang well he ain't doing no Star Wars movie. Stop playing, cuz. Listen, man. The only way you said that, bro. You know he ain't doing no Star Wars movie. Anyway, I'm a little happy. I mean, I'm a little sad, I should say. I know we've been talking about, man, the fact you got James Mangold, the director of Logan, is going to be directing Swamp Thing. We talked about the fact that Swamp Thing show that came out a few years ago was fire. So for us to
Fantastic.
kind of get an idea of this man directing that, I was ready for that, man. So now they're saying it's gonna be on pause for a little bit because they're waiting on him to finish whatever project he's gonna do. So that sucks, cuz. But what you think, bro?
It sucks. Especially since we can't. We're not able to get the Swamp Thing as far as the show in the time being, like as a filler.
Right.
Now it's basically starvation up until we finally get it, which absolutely sucks. But if he brings like the grit and just that Logan was fantastic. So he bring that energy and that creativity to Swamp Thing. Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll send your wallet for us to DC.
And from what it sounds like too, it sounds like it's not like you heard him say it's not like interconnected to anything. That's not to say that it's not part of the DCU. It's just saying its story is not gonna affect anything else around in the DCU. It's kind of like his own little small little story, little pocket story here within the DCU. So for those who kind of wonder, like, also it's not part of DCU. He still Swamp Thing is part of the DCU. It's just his story is not anything that's connected to the overall arcing narrative of the what's going on in DCU. So
yeah, you might say a blog in the Daily Planet of something happening down in Louisiana.
exactly, bro. Also too, man. So you got a few of these characters. Well, I think a couple of these characters are going to be in Superman, and that's the Authority.
From the original slate that has been backburnered a bit is the Authority. James Gunn explained, saying, honestly, Authority has been one that's been the hardest, both because of the shifting overall story and because of getting it right in a world with the boys and a world with all the things that Authority influenced that came after it, and also having a lot of characters that we've fallen in love with, that we've already filmed and have, that we want to continue their stories and see them meet each other. So I will admittedly say, it's a little bit more on the back burner right now. And right there on the back burner with the Authority is that Waller project. They did say Waller has faced a few setbacks. They didn't say these projects aren't happening, but they did say they're not a priority right now.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought when you talked about Warner, the Amanda Waller show was starting to film or something. I thought we talked about that.
Yeah,
Am I wrong?
I thought we said that it was getting ready to film. It had its director, it had its script and everything. So yeah, I thought it was like
already getting ready to start.
Yeah. So
yeah, that threw me off when I heard that. I was like, when you said that, I'm like, hold on, I thought they had already. I thought we was ready to go on that. Like, what's going on? But I'm not surprised by the Authority, to be honest with you. I'm trying to find a way to explain this. So the Authority, it's not that they're going to be hard to explain. I think explaining them in general is going to be a little bit. What am I trying to say here, bro? It's going to be a little complicated to explain them. I think that they are the kind of project that you're going to want to, like he kind of said there, because a couple of them are going to be in Superman, right? Mm-hmm. You want to sprinkle them in a few movies and kind of get people an idea of who they are, and then maybe you have a movie about them. Just having a movie about them off the bat, I think it's going to probably confuse a lot of people, and a lot of people aren't going to understand what's going on. Because when he announced the Authority, the first time when he did the slate of Gods and Monsters, I was kind of like, wow, why are you coming on the Authority movie? It's kind of, I don't know. But because I don't really know a lot about, only two people I know is Midnighter and Apollo. Those are the only two people I know for the Authority. I don't really know a lot about the Authority. But from what I heard about them, it's like it's gonna be a little hard to kind of sell them right now, right? Like just kind of let them build up, get used to some of their characters in these other movies with these other more recognizable characters, and then you could probably have a movie about them, man. So I was not surprised on the decision that James Gunn and them went with that. You know what I'm saying? Compared to like when they first was like, yo, we go Authority movie. Shut up, leave me alone. Yeah. So I mean, but what you think, bro?
I agree. I don't know much about them either, so I think them sprinkling them in to get people used to seeing them, get people to know the names, get people to familiar with them. I think it's a safe way of doing it, especially if you do a combo between TV shows and movies. Just constantly just sprinkle them in. You constantly see these faces around. I think it would be a great way to play it.
I agree, bro. And last but not least, because this is the question I think a lot of people been asking as far as the direction that DC is going in. Because we all know, just like how Marvel is, everything leads up to one ensemble movie, bro. And that's the news on Justice League, bro.
As for the Justice League, and a big culminating event for the DC universe, which is currently in its Gods and Monsters chapter with all the projects I just talked about, James Gunn and Peter Safran did say that the big three of Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are a major priority for them for the future of the studio. And I outright asked, hey, is there going to be some sort of ensemble event type of title? And James had some fun answering it, kind of picking at my question and trying to dodge it. But they did say they are building to something. Peter Safran said, we know what we're headed to with the larger story. James has made sure that those building blocks are going to be put in place, and then around that, there's a tremendous amount of latitude in terms of what we do. And when asked how that story has shifted since announcing Gods and Monsters 2 years ago, Gunn said the basic plan is still exactly the same, but some things shift a little as you go along, and you find these characters that have a certain magic to them, whether it's the writing of the character or the performance of the characters, so things shift. So maybe I expected one character to play this important role in a movie that's 2 years away here, but I'm like, I think it's better if it's this character. Things like that have shifted, it's all fluid, there is a larger overall structure.
I mean, can I say duh? Bro,
Well, I think
we're gonna get a Justice League movie, bro.
Yeah. I think he also is reassuring people, just the way that he put it. He's reassuring people that they're not just going to throw it out there. Like, we are making sure that we set it up to where it's going to be a natural thing that happens. You get the Superman, you get the Supergirl, you get the Batman. You'll probably have a Wonder Woman within one of the movies. It's just like you're stacking up to it instead of throw out a quick Superman movie, throw out the Batman, throw Superman in it, bam, Wonder Woman has her movie. Okay, now Justice League, go. So I think it's just, we're going to be stacking them. It's coming, but we're going to stack them to where it's going to build up to that moment. So it's going to be fantastic.
The one thing I like too, I like the fact that he mentioned that they're going to build around the big three, the Trinity. Yeah, like I think that's smart, right? It's the same thing. I think he kind of got that idea. Well, not only because it's like common sense, like those are the three major characters or whatever, right? For the whole entire universe. But I think he kind of got that idea too from remember how when Marvel first started, they built it around three people, right? It was Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, right? You built your universe around those people. Those are your staples. Those are your pillars. You got Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman. Those are your pillars. So that's why I always felt like when people were like, I heard people online asking, "Are we actually gonna get a Wonder Woman?" I'm like, bro, that's gonna be one of your main characters, bro. That's one of the main characters they're gonna build around. Not only with Superman, also with Batman. And we heard it's not the first time we heard them say that those are your most important characters: Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. It's just that now they're saying it to now everybody can hear it now. Those are your three main supporting characters, bro. Get those three right. Let those be your pillars, and you build around them, bro.
Yeah.
It's like you having a team. You got a big three. You build around that big three, bro. Let's see how many championships you can get off of that. So
exactly,
I agree with that, bro. But yeah, they're just like some of the. That's not every bit of news at DC. There's just a few things too that drops. Like they got a My Adventures with Green Lantern coming out. It's kind of like My Adventures with Superman, so that's gonna be interesting. They're coming out with a Star Sapphire movie. I'm not a movie. I say animated show, I believe it was. So I mean, like I said, man, they got a lot of few other things, man. Dynamic Duo, they said that's still happening, but it's not attached to anything in DC. Like it's not a part of this overarching story. Like Creature Commando was animated, but also was part of the overarching story for DC or whatever. They're saying this is just like a little fun little animated movie that they got on the side that's part of DC or whatever. It has nothing to do. It's not part of the canon of DC moving forward. So they're coming out with they do different crypto shorts. I think it's like 4 episodes of that. They're gonna do little shorts. Crypto's a super dog. and some other stuff. Like I said, man, it's a lot. It was a lot of news, man. They took from that call, man, with James Gunn and Peter Safran, man, and we definitely appreciate them for being transparent, man, and letting us know what was going on. So shout out to them, man.
Yeah, facts.
Because, man, listen, with all that being said, man, I got one question for you, cuz.
What you got?
What you watching, man?
Yo, so if you see my tag, give Sterling all the awards. Yo, watching the show Paradise on Hulu. That show is fire. If y'all not watching it, y'all need to get on it. I watched
your cousin-in-law was getting on me earlier about that. You get the finish it. You gonna let Josh beat you? I said, man, I got it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it.
So like I let it build. I try to let like a couple episodes slip through just so I could be able to have a little watching with
so you
it.
kind of binge a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, get a couple hours out of it. Man, it's crazy good. On Netflix, there's a miniseries called 0 Day, which is crazy. You gotta watch.
I think I heard it.
It's a good one with Angela Bassett and I can't think of his name, Robert De Niro. It's a good one, definitely worth watching. My Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man was fire. It was a great show. It was a doggone great show. Like Marvel's animation has taken off, and it makes me very happy. Like typically, it will be like DC animation up here, and then Marvel just like they threw in the towels. Like, we got the movies. We're not gonna worry about anything else. It's like the movies have come down, but the animation has taken off, and it's been fantastic. That's a must watch. If you haven't started watching that, absolutely have to get on it. Right. Harley Quinn has been great.
Oh crap! Think about Harley Quinn.
I haven't watched Invincible's been great. It's been fun, especially the where he was fighting those things in the room. Cecil dealing with Cecil. That was crazy.
A little white room.
It just been the real like big shows that I've been watching. What you been on?
Same. Invincible. Harley Quinn. We finished My Neighborhood Spider-Man. We can get into that for a little bit here before we end the show. One Piece, man. One Piece been fired. Man, shout out to my boy Travis, man. The animation kind of changed up, and I like it, bro. I like it. It showed just how powerful some of these characters are on the show, man. I love that show. The animation kind of, like I said, the animation changed up. I'm almost so he told me because he's already seen all of them except for like the brand new ones. He said, bro, it's 126 episodes. I think he said in this arc I'm on. And I'm like,
Jesus.
Now, arc wise, I'm like 2 behind the brand new ones, right? But they're getting ready to start making a whole nother arc for the brand new ones. And I was like, dang, I have to keep falling further and further apart because it's so many, bro. I'm telling you, it's over. He said it's over 1,200 episodes of One Piece. So supposedly they're gonna be redoing One Piece. You remember how they did Dragon Ball Z Kai?
Yeah.
Where it was more of an abridged version of Dragon Ball Z. Where it took out all the filler and all that. So supposedly he said that that's what they're getting ready to do. They're getting ready to remake One Piece and make kind of like Dragon Ball Z Kai, where they're taking all that filler out. Because I'm not gonna lie to you, because I haven't seen every single episode of One Piece. A lot of that stuff, like extra little side little story, whatever, like 1 or 2 stories, whatever. I'll just skip that, bro. Let's get back to the arc, bro. Get back to the arc.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, like I said, he read the manga, watched all the episodes. He's like, bro, that's a lot of that stuff. You doing the right thing. You don't gotta watch that, bro. I'm telling you right now, it's waste time. Continue to stay on the arc or whatever. I was like, okay, that's what I've been doing. But if you got like I told him, I said on Crunchyroll, it'll tell you, side story, this and that and this. Once I heard that, nope.
Nah, I'm good.
Get back to the arc, bro. Yeah, I've been watching that. Dragon Ball GT, of course. We're gonna probably do a watch along here sometime this weekend. Me and Cuz we're gonna do a watch along for Dragon Ball Z Super Brawly movie.
Oh, that's
One of
gonna
my
be fun.
favorite, probably my favorite Dragon Ball Z movie of all time, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. We're gonna probably do a watch along for that here, y'all, this weekend. Just kind of give y'all a heads up on Playback. So if y'all not on Playback, man, follow us on Playback, playback.tv, or follow us on the app, Playback app. Guys, this is absolutely free. You could download it wherever you get your apps from, y'all. We're gonna be streaming the Dragon Ball Super Brawly movie. I have not watched Reacher yet. Me and my wife are gonna watch that, bro.
Oh yeah, I've been watching that too. Yeah.
Cause your cousin said I was gonna kiss them hands if I didn't get the episode. So I'm gonna watch it.
He
Bro.
beat. They dropped 3 the first weekend.
Yes. And you know I
Yeah,
love Reacher, bro. Pause. But
yeah,
we gonna see. I'm gonna watch it, bro. I'm gonna watch it.
yeah. My wife mad at me
Uh,
because I started watching it without her.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought about doing that, but I'm like, boy, Terry about to hit me with that. Sure, you can if I'd have watched it without her, bro. So yeah, I'm having to wait, and because I'm happy, I'm proud of her too, because she hadn't watched it without me yet. Because a lot of times she'll kind of get impatient and start watching stuff without me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm proud of her on that one. But I think that's about it. Cause
Oh, and Neely started filming the spinoff.
what's that?
Neely, his
Oh,
teammate.
oh,
Yes,
I didn't think they. So they did start filming. I thought they was gonna say
yeah,
they were going to film here. Or no, they were getting ready to start like putting that together with. I know they were already starting to film already, but okay.
yeah. That's starting to film. So here we go.
Cause you already know what's coming out on hold on
March 4th.
what day is that, cuz? What day is that,
Tuesday.
cuz? That's a Tuesday?
Yeah, that's Tuesday, right? Saturday is the 1st.
Come on, Marvel. Why ain't dropping on a Friday, bro?
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Daredevil coming out on the 4th, man. But man, he told me it was a Tuesday. Come on, bro.
He's going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, definitely going up on it too. Hoping the Mavs don't play, because I'm definitely gonna watch that, bro. So, but yeah, man. But Spider-Man, real quick, what was your thoughts on friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, bro?
It was fantastic. I like how they mixed it up a little bit, like the characters. Gave you some different looks as for villains, Tombstone, even the heroes. I can't think of the name, but like Chow or Artemis Chow. What's his name?
What's a boy name? Artemis Cho. Sorry, Artemis Cho.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cho.
Cho, Daredevil's teammate, the spy, the girl from Wakanda, and then his best friend that was in
crap. Runaways.
Yeah, Runaways. So just the way that they had these different characters, bringing them together, young teenagers and stuff like that. I was like, okay, I see you, Spider-Man. It's a pretty cool and clean take with it. What you got?
Bro, I like his suit at the end.
Yeah,
I like the way his suit look. It look real
get
crisp.
back. Yeah,
you see his web shooters right there in his hands and all that stuff. You see that? I like the bottom of his shoes, kind of like they got grip on it with blue and red up under the shoe, under his shoes and stuff. I like it, bro. I like the show. I ain't gonna lie. I thought once again, because that's why I was talking about trailers giving great first impressions, right? I thought it was gonna be kind of like more on the kiddie side, bro.
Yeah,
I was telling my wife, I said, they are cussing and stuff and everything, bro. I'm like, I said, he not joking around with this show, bro. So shout out to Marvel with that one, man. Like you said, man, the balance and everything, man, the character development is crazy. One of the greatest story arcs we ever seen in Marvel, man, is probably the Tombstone arc. He ain't pulled the Tombstone yet, but he getting there. You saw the fingers. You saw the fingers. I don't like the fact that they're already trying to implement the Venom symbiote. I kind of want them to kind of build up more to that. Like, I don't want to just jump into that on season 2. I'm not saying jump into it. I'm talking as far as like, I would have liked I like them to be around a little bit more. Then you kind of introduce the symbiote or whatever. But I mean, if they can make it good, I'm not mad at it, bro. But other than that, man, like I said, I liked it, bro. I can't wait for season 2. I see why it had high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes, man. That show is off the chain, bro. 10 episodes in it. Oh, it was 8 episodes. 8 episodes in it up, bro. It needed to. But still, it's
12.
Yeah. Comey Domingo as Harry as Norman Osborn. He's been pretty good too, man. So Yeah, great show, bro. Great show. I recommend y'all go watch that, man. Scale of 1 to 10, cuz real quick.
I give it an 8.5.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. 8.5, bro. I'm gonna say 8.7, bro. 'Cause you wildin'. So check this out. 8.7, bro. That's your fire, man.
Yeah, it's a great watch, and having him going through the different suits was fun to watch. Like him,
Yep.
he had his choice what he wanted to, and you don't get that suit to the end. It's like, I'm good with that.
As long as they didn't do him like they were talking about doing Daredevil.
Oh, I would have revolted if they would have pulled that with the Daredevil. It's like we already see the suit. Right.
Hands.
You're about to get me upset just thinking about it again. Let's get to these questions.
Hey, don't worry about it. You ain't gonna be upset on Tuesday though.
Nah, not at all.
All right, bro. Let's get to a few of these comments here, man. We can call it a night. TGK said, "What's good? What's good, TGK?"
What up?
Stingray says, "Hey, what up with your Stingray? What up, man?" Solemn says, "How often do y'all do these live shows?" We don't really have a set schedule, man. It's just like, hey, we hit each other up. Hey, man, you ready to do a show?
Yeah,
we throw stuff at each other all week, man. And then we just like, hey, we get enough of a build up.
Yeah,
show.
Yeah, we try to keep it to the weekends, but yeah, it was just a massive news with Kennedy. We had to do a show midweek. Like it was important to do it.
Yeah, and plus, you already know, Solomon. I still do the We Talk Mad stuff too, man.
Yeah,
so I got a lot on my plate, man. I'm trying to balance it out the best as I can, man. So
yeah,
well, we definitely try to do shows whenever we can, man. Because like I said, it's always news. Like I said, like Cuz said, we had to do a show because of the Kathleen Kennedy news. That was important.
Yeah,
and the DC news. Both of those dropped around the same time. So we're like, yep, we got to do a show.
Yeah.
But yeah. We definitely appreciate y'all, man. Like I said, y'all geeking out with your boys, man, for another episode, y'all. We will be back here soon, y'all. Like I said, Daredevil comes out on Tuesday, man. Cuz leave me alone, cuz you understand me? I can't wait for that show, man. Already getting great reviews, bro. I cannot wait, bro. Can't wait. Like I also said to y'all, excuse me, we're gonna do a watch along here this weekend too, guys. We're gonna follow our socials down here at the bottom. I'll post them on my socials. Probably retweet them through We Talk Mass, post them on the Discord and all that stuff. We're gonna try to do a watch along, guys, here sometime. If it's not Friday, it's gonna definitely be Saturday. So one of the 2 days, y'all, we're gonna do a watch along. So y'all can join us here for that watch along on playback. Follow us on playback, y'all. You can download that app wherever you get your apps from. It's absolutely free. It doesn't cost you anything, y'all. Join us there under Glow Sun Production, y'all, on playback. But other than that, man, it is your boy, Real.
It's your boy, Will.
Yes, sir, guys. Listen, man. It is a glorious day, man. No more Kathleen Kent. Well, she's still here till the end of the year, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's still a glorious day, man. We got some great news, man. Star Wars will be reborn. No Phoenix. So listen, guys. All we ask y'all to do is stay geeked.
Yep.
And we out.